What's up you guys, my name is Brent Ruiz, and in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys around the spec of my car before I change it completely with this Challenge Evo build that I'm doing, which starts literally tomorrow. I'm gonna be starting the build. So as you can imagine, I'm super excited for this, but before I get started on it, I do wanna show you guys around the spec of my car as it is from the factory, because it does have a good amount of rare options on it. So I thought it'd be a cool idea to just make this video as a send off to the car as it is now before it changes completely. All right, so without further ado, let's take this on a final drive. I'm gonna take it to a quiet spot, and first things first, let's get a cold start for you guys, because I have not actually done that for you in the first two videos. And all I really have to say about the cold start on this car is, well, rest in peace neighbors, and rest in peace, headphone users. Alrighty then, here we go. Okay, so all I have to do now to make my neighbors really mad is to press this button right here. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna roll down the windows of my car so you guys can have the full experience. Headphone users, don't say I did not warn you guys. Not my problem, not my fault. Okay, so just, I warned you guys. Quiet spot to do this spec tour for you guys, and we'll send off this car before I get started on the Challenge Evo build tomorrow. So one thing I did not mention in the first video about the exhaust is how livable it is. Yeah, the cold start is insanely loud, and when you're really on the throttle, you know, driving hard, it sounds like a proper F1 car, but when you really want it to be like I am right now, it is actually not bad inside the cabin at all when you're just driving like at 2,000, 2,500 RPMs. You can speak to the person in your passenger seat without much issue. Even on long journeys, I took this car all the way from here in Southern California all the way up to Monterey, California for Monterey Car Week with this exact same setup, and it was totally fine. So while I mentioned before that this exhaust's downside, the only downside in my opinion, is that it has no valves, like I don't think you really need them, other than maybe for the cold start, okay, I give you that, but I don't think you really need them on the road when you can just control your RPMs and control your throttle. It's an amazing exhaust when you consider how loud it can actually get. This is the original window sticker to this car, and before I get into this, I have to get a big shout out to my friend Nick. Nick, you know who you are. Because Nick is the person who actually brought me onto this car in the first place. For those who may not know, this blue is actually a wrap, and it's silver underneath. And the reason why I totally skipped over this car when I was on my 458 search was because it was silver. And I don't know if you've ever like browsed the car listing websites when you're looking for a car, but the first and foremost thing you're probably looking for is the color to match what you want, right? So this thing was silver, so I just kept passing it by when I was looking at the listings online, and that was a mistake. And it was a mistake because this is actually one of the highest spec 458s you could have possibly built back when it was new. So I'm gonna go over the build sheet here on the window sticker, show you guys around some of the more special options that this car has. Let's start here in the front. This has carbon fiber winglets right here. Now, I don't know if you guys have looked at my front end yet, but it's really beat up. Now, when I did the blue wrap, I did not do any clear bra over it. And I also forgot to clear bra this black part and the fins here in the front. That was a mistake. But I do have a solution to fix all of this, none of which requires clear bra. So more on that very soon. Anyway, those winglets in carbon fiber, that's a pretty rare option. Now, I'm a big carbon fiber nerd, and that's why I got this car, even though it was silver, because it has tons of carbon fiber options. Now, if we just look at the window sticker here, you'll see right here that it has a total suggested retail price of $326,000. Now, I think from the factory, the highest spec cars were about $345,000. So this thing this car is not missing too many options. When you consider that the MSRP with a base model, totally no options at all, was $225,000. So let's go over some of the more rare carbon fiber options. These right here are the carbon fiber side skirts, which funnily enough, I was looking at the window sticker here and you'll see this option right here, under door cover. I was like, that's an $8,000 option, but under door cover, like what does that even mean, Ferrari? I actually had to call Ferrari and see what exactly that meant, and they told me it was the side skirts. So under door cover, that's what Ferrari calls side skirts. Now coming into the car here, right above those are the carbon fiber door sills right here. Somewhat of a rare option as well. Now if we continue around the car, let's get into the back end. We have the carbon fiber rear diffuser, which I am actually really surprised that I have not scraped the underside of this thing, because my car is somewhat low and it's about to go lower. But yeah, let's take a look at what's inside here. Other than the V8 4.5 liter engine, we have the full carbon fiber engine bay, which is a very rare option. So this is actually separated into two different options. We have the boot compartment in carbon and then the carbon fiber filter box cover. So those two options, the carbon fiber filter box cover, as you'll see here, is $4,000, and the boot compartment in carbon, that's the rest of the engine bay carbon fiber, that's $7,200, almost $7,300. So you can definitely kind of see why a lot of Ferrari owners did not spec this cosmetic carbon fiber in their engine bay, but I am very glad that I have it. And it actually is kind of a throwback to my 430, because my 430 spec was actually pretty much as on point as this spec. It had every carbon fiber option that was available on a 430. Now, I got really close on this car to have every single carbon fiber option, but I am missing a couple. Looking at the inside, this door panel, those were optional in carbon fiber, which I obviously do not have. But the more interesting part about this spec is, I don't know why, but the original owner of this car spec'd out all this amazing carbon fiber, right? He forgot one of the most common options, the dashboard trim. So it's this piece, this stuff, and all the way down into the interior, that silver matte finish stuff. I don't know, it's definitely kind of like perplexing to me, because he got all this awesome carbon fiber and he forgot one of the most common options you can have. So let's talk about two of the most must-have carbon fiber options on any 458. And those two items are right here. Carbon fiber driver zone plus the LEDs, and the carbon fiber central bridge. Well, maybe not the central bridge, it's not that necessary, but the carbon fiber driving zone with the LEDs, that's this steering wheel. And well, this is definitely a must-have option. I would never buy a 458 without this option. It gives you the LED F1 shifting lights right here, as well as your carbon fiber inserts here in the center and on the bottom and on the top with leather on either side. And the driving zone also comes with the shift paddles in carbon fiber. All right, so let's talk about these race seats. One of the items listed here on the window sticker, other options, $48,000. Now, the only way to figure out exactly what those other options consist of is by calling your Ferrari dealership and asking for a build sheet. You give them your VIN number and they'll produce a build sheet of what these other options entail. But I know that one of the items in that category are these amazing race seats. As you'll see, they are fully backed in carbon fiber. I think race seats are a must-have option on pretty much any supercar. And with what I'm about to do to this car, it would not have fit if I just had the standard seats. The race seats are gonna fit perfectly. I mean, they look awesome. They are actually very, very comfortable. I actually prefer them over the standard seats. I think any owner should always go for the race seats on a 458 unless you're heavier set. These things are super snug and they're awesome for canyon drives, track driving. They just hold you in a lot more. You sit inside of the seat as opposed to on top of it. All right, so that's the interior of the car. Let's talk about the rest of the exterior here with the wheels. These are the stock wheels. I actually had them powder coated this gunmetal gray because out of the factory they were that almost chrome diamond polish finish, which I'm not a fan of. As you can see, I've been doing a fair share of canyon driving and cruises and rallies and stuff. So you can see they're very, very chipped up. But that's not a problem because these wheels are going to be replaced with completely new ones. The new wheels are going to be absolutely amazing because they are going to be the only ones in the world. So more on that very soon. That's all I'll say about the wheels for now. But yeah, finishing up with the car, the only other kind of rare option is the black painted roof. A lot of the 458s that you'll see with a roof like this, a lot of owners will just wrap them black because it does give an awesome contrast to the car with the black roof and the other paint color on the bottom half. But yeah, this is actually an $8,000 option on this window sticker just to have black paint on your roof. $8,000. Ferrari, come on. But yeah, other than those items, I do think, oh, I did forget. I do not have the front lifter system, which actually surprisingly has not been too much of an issue, even given how I have lowered the car on Novatec springs. I actually scrape a lot less than I did on my 430, which I had my 430 lowered to Scuderia spec. The way that the front bumper on this car is, it kind of like lifts up like that on the front, so it gives you that extra space that you need. So I have not actually been scraping much at all, even with this ride height and even without the front lifters. Now, speaking about that, that might be an issue very, very soon because this car is going to go even lower than it is right now. So I'm going to have to, you know, I think I'm gonna have to plan my routes. I need like some kind of scout in front of me for when I am going to be driving this car, or else I'm gonna be scraping a lot, so yeah. And one final thing, these exhaust tips are completely stock. They will be changing soon, but obviously attached to these exhaust tips is the S-Line Sound exhaust system. The S-Line exhaust and my current exhaust setup is staying. Nothing else is changing other than these tips. All right, so I think that's about it. That is a spec of my 458. I'm actually surprised it's taken me this long to do one of these videos, but hey, I did it, so there it is. By the way, I never actually mentioned the wrap color, but it is inspired by a Zero Dino, which is an actual Ferrari color. It's kind of close to the actual name of this wrap. It's called Intense Blue by Avery, and it's pretty close, but not there completely. I mean, if I had like a salvage car, for example, I would definitely paint it a Zero Dino, but it's not salvage, so I can't really do that. Maybe one day, probably not though. Anyway, while I love the way that it looks right now, especially with that blue wrap, well, sometimes in life you just gotta go a little bit crazy and a little bit more unique. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm super excited for this Challenge Evil build. I hope that you guys are too. So if you guys wanna see more of this, please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you actually enjoyed watching it. And I will be starting on the build literally tomorrow. So hey, stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces. So my neighbor actually just followed me from my house. He's parked up the road. I actually have never met him, and he asked for a ride, and I'm definitely gonna give him a ride. I'm actually just gonna give him a ride back home since that's where I'm going, so let's do this. All right, there he is right there. Oh man, I'm going off-roading now. What's up? I'm recording, by the way. Okay. Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
I'll meet you there because I'm sure you'll get there before.
Be better.
What's up?
Hi. Oh my gosh,
Well,
this is so cool.
that was totally random.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And that's all. but the new wheels